31.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll ping Padma Shri. She has seen last. There she is.
Morning, Padma Shri.
Morning, Padma Shri.
Good morning, Padmasri. Oh, sorry, I'm in the mute. I missed it. Sorry. Good morning, Lata Vilas. But yeah.
Okay, no worries. You don't have to be so much sorry. Okay, so continuing from where we left. So do you remember what we discussed yesterday? So what we should do? Totally forgotten.
Yeah, you went.
Yesterday it was a good discussion. Regarding
Padma Shri is there. Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was Padma Shri's birthday. So
today it will be everybody else's day.
no. we can honor you.
Yeah. So we discussed what is fixed, what is variable,
Yeah.
and how the mind differentiates name and form.
Yeah. So,
And I am comes from this Manomaya Kosha and all that you said. Yes.
okay, so good. So now today, this shloka especially, if we have understood on the fixed and variable, becomes easy to understand 168th verse. So, the 5 senses which are there, they perform hotra. Hotra means you are doing havan, or you are doing that sacrifice with the ladle, wherein you put the ghee and the fire starts to burn. So this shloka especially is an eye-opener for what we seem to do from morning till evening, or until night when that fire goes away, and next day morning we are back. So in this 168 shloka, what we need to say is there is no tomorrow after we have slept. So the fire burns continuously from waking state to the dream state, and it's coming from not from one location, it is coming from 5 locations. So handling one location itself is very difficult. In that we need to handle in 5 locations. So there is tremendous fire. So yeah, Lata, you wanted to say something?
We have a similar shloka in Bhagavad Gita also, no?
Yes, same one, almost the same one, but it doesn't go.
Yes.
This here it is very deep and very interesting. There is just a mention in Bhagavad Gita, but here 168 words goes very deep. In fact, if we start talking about it, it will cover the whole 1 hour.
Yeah, then let us talk about it.
Okay. So let me first recite the shloka and then we can talk about it. Panchendriyaihi panchabhireva hotrabhihi prachiyamano vishayajadharaya jajvala mano bahu vasanendhanaihi manomaya agnihi vahati prapancham. So the 5 Indriya are 5 priests doing Havan separately. So we have gone to see a Homa, and 5 priests are sitting and they are doing their Havan separately. And they know what to do. So one can be called as eye, another one called as ear, another one nose, another one tongue, another one body. Now their job is to burn anything that comes. So if the sight goes to ear, there is no problem because he will not accept. But if the sight were go to the first priest, which is the eye, it immediately engulfs that object. And if the sound goes to the second priest, he will burn it up. Then the third one, the taste goes to the next priest, he will burn it up. The smell going to the fourth one, he will burn it up. The fifth one, anything that is touching, sparsha, he will burn it up. And all of this burning is felt by the mind. Okay, it's a feeling. I have seen, I have tasted, I have touched, I have smelled, I have heard. That's a feeling because of this fire. So he talks about prachiyamanaha, impressions. It leaves an imprint on the mind, and the mind wants it again and again and again. So the job of these 5 priests is to keep on feeding the interest of the mind. Vishaya ajya dharaya. Ajya means ghee, clarified butter. So now you keep on giving objects. So first object that comes, generally when you wake up, is taste. So something you want to eat. Now immediately mind says, I want to eat this. Let us say today I want this puri bhaji or idli or vada or dosa or rice or this or that or whatever that can be talked about based upon the locations. Now what really happens here is that the mind says, immediately the consciousness makes that dosa possible in the mind, the idli in the mind, the near dosa in the mind. Like that we can keep on adding as many things. So the taste immediately starts. So now that gets burnt by that priest. So he keeps on feeding on to the ghee, the vishaya. And dharaya, it doesn't end. He keeps on pouring it, making it more and more and more and more powerful. So the fire starts to burn like an inferno. Jajjvala, meaning it's so big, it looks like a human being now. Jajjvala manaha, Bahuvasana Indaha Indanaha Bahuvasana. Now the Vasana has come out, which was hidden. Now it comes out. Indhana means fuel. So it comes with different fuel, adding to that ghee. Now, Manomaya Agnihi Vahati Prapancham. Now, this mental thing is an unstoppable fire, creates the Prapancha. What is Prapancha? Just name and form, that's all. So we keep on making fixed as fixed, variable also as fixed. So we'll say we should have predictability, we should have scalability, we should have stability, we should have projection, we should know what is going to happen. So the whole life is spent on making what is unstable from the beginning, keep on trying to make it stable. It is like taking a dog which tail is bent, trying to fix that bend. Do all the effort to fix that bend, and it's not going to change. But still I have hopes that one day that dog, the tail will, the bending will go away. So I have 5 such tails. And each dog comes with each flavor, with its own vasana. So I will come with one vasana, ear will come with another, the tongue will come with another, the nose will come with another, the body will come with another. So all the 5 vasana. So this flame, Jajjwala, is the desire. And if it doesn't fulfill, the same fire becomes hatred, dvesha. So raga and dvesha with moha. So now let us understand the fixed portion, that is my name as Vilas, gets stuck, etched so deep into me that now I have to see what is good for me and what is bad for me. So now I have to create a concept of society. So we generally say, if we don't do this, what will society think? Now this is the Jwala, fire. Now you are doing for society. Then another thought will come, why don't I do it for the state? Again Jajjwala. Then another will come saying that why don't we do it for the country? Very good, even more better, fire, take it. Then I want to change the world. Oh, beautiful. Now it is bigger in inferno. It's not going to happen. It's like that dog having the tail and I want to remove the bend. So I will, using the sight, I want the sight which I want to see. So the neighborhood is not okay. I will go to each and everybody's home and make them understand why they should be doing particular things in a particular way. and that persons will not accept to what I'm saying, so I get really angry with them, because even after saying so much they throw the garbage outside. Let's say that as an example. Now that is an inferno. I just put one vasana, sufficient to burn. Now somebody else will do something else in that neighborhood. And then we have this celebration of the statehood. Now I want everybody to talk that language. At least my road should have been speaking that language. One or two people or two of the neighbors don't speak, even after staying for 15-20 years in this state. They don't know the language. So what should I do? Go to their home, make them learn the language. And if they don't want to learn, I tell them, look, you are eating this state food. How uncivilized are you that you don't want to talk that language? Now there are some celebrations I want to do, so you better talk that language. Then I give him a t-shirt to wear, and that person wears it and comes and speaks some 3-4 lines in Kannada. So I feel so happy that at last I managed to make him change his way. So like that I keep on doing, adding one and the other fuel. So then I go to the office, I want to change people's perception, and I want them to work the way I want them to work. And I have taken salary, so better they work the way I want them to work, because they're also taking salary. So they are not committed to the organization. They don't see the organization benefit. So again, inferno. And keep on adding vasana. It will change the color of the flame. So as soon as the vasana comes and drops, it changes. Yeah, Padma Shri.
See, whatever meaning we are taking examples which are really something which is not, which we are not very familiar with, meaning, yes, there are people who are doing all those things. But then there are few things like this, right? There are so many ashrams, there are so many people who are wanting to do good to the other people, hence they write a lot of things, they give discourses. Would we put all these also under the same category?
Yes, it does. Same. It can be good, it can be bad. So I started with bad,
Yeah, that's right.
then I would have started with good, like, helping the community, helping people to come
NGOs
up.
which
Yeah,
are there.
NGO, all that is part
NGOs
of the
which
same
are there.
fuel. It's the same fuel. So there are two vasanas. One is which will take you to punya, another one will take you to papa.
Yeah, but both are vasanas only, meaning both are strong vasanas,
Yes,
which are, the seed is growing into a tree.
yes, absolutely. So the priest is, see, the priest is a very good priest, so he will buy things which are very good. If the priest is a very bad priest, he will put all those which are not good in that fire. But both will start burning. So there is a burning desire. You are right, Padma Shri. These are things I started with negative so that we can see how it flares up. Then I would have taken very nice things, teaching education, then serving the old people, okay, creating an NGO and then working towards it and all that. That will make it things so pleasurable. So then what I was speaking earlier is a pain. I would have brought the pleasure also. Then we could have seen how that burns. Both burns. Since you literally put water on what I wanted to do.
Okay. No, I didn't know you would be going there because you started with negative. So
Yeah. I started with negative.
Because we see so many people who are doing good to the society also.
Yes.
With the reason that they want to uplift the society around them.
Yes.
And everybody who goes and joins the defense is also, they have that patriotism. That is why they are going and joining the defense. So
Correct. The society.
Certainly not because of the money, because I don't.
No. The money is not at all a question there.
Question here. Yeah.
No, it's not
So
money.
there are so many people who have that real good intention, but they are also, that is also an inferno.
It is an inferno. See, the thing is, society itself is the biggest inferno. If you call something is a society, good society, bad society, whatever, that is an inferno. It burns you up. So while the first one, what I was talking about, will make you defame. Yeah, the person's name will be tarnished. The second one, his name will be encouraged, so he will have all the fame. But both are both are same. One will take him to praise and another one will take him to demotion. But that is correct. So it keeps on adding mind with impurities, so that it keeps on making one feel that he exists, including Padma Shri. The discourse what I am doing, that is also an inferno. But the thing is, if I don't expect anything, or I'm not expecting the viewership to increase, and since it is on YouTube and I start promoting it, and all that promotion, everything is an inferno.
No, there is some expectation that we all move forward, right? But there is one expectation. Again, see, the expectation is good or bad is a different thing.
Yes.
Meaning whether you classify that as a part of self-promotion, or it is that there is an expectation. So what I'm saying is, any act which has got a little bit of expectation is a part of the inferno.
Yes, absolutely. Anything that has an expectation is an inferno. No matter it is good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's an inferno. It is going to set blaze. And that's the reason we use many words, right? We say this video went viral or something like that. Even the good ones, like, if you look at Sarva Priyananda as an example, or Sadguru or Shriyam or whatever it is, if their videos goes viral, let's say, and the way they have spoken and what they feel is, I don't know, so I can't speak on behalf of them. Let us say if they were to feel something, and then that something feeling is an inferno. If they don't feel anything, then there is no inferno.
No, it's not a question of, see, why do they continue doing it? Because they want to bring the mankind into a different level.
Yes.
So there is an expectation. That is what I'm saying. See, whether they feel anything, they don't feel anything, if they feel that they are doing self-promotion, that goes to the worst part. But still there is, even if you take it at the basic level of, they want to bring the mankind to a different level, there is an expectation. That is what I am trying to understand. Meaning, so everybody is having some level of expectation for something which they are doing.
No, there is a slight subtle difference, Padma Shri. Now we need to understand what is expectation. See, there are two kinds of desire. Desire is going to be there. That is called as chanda. Okay, there is a word, typical Sanskrit word is chanda. Chanda means desire. So you cannot have a mind without desire. That is impossible. So even in Bhagavad Gita, when we saw, there is a desire. Okay, now there are two kinds of desire which come. One is a basic desire. So even a desire to wake up, desire to take bath, all that is desire only. So you can't then say that there shouldn't be any desire. Now when I take bath, there is no expectation coming out of that bath. but desire exists, but there is no expectation. When I wear my clothes, there is desire to wear the clothes, but there is no expectation. Now, if there is an expectation that how I should be looking in that dress, it can be with good intention only. It need not be with a bad intention. It can be good intention. That creates raga. With a bad intention, it creates dvesha, because I am not looking as I wanted to look. So, one thing is, desire is going to be there. That is default setting. That cannot be removed. Even liberation, asking for liberation is also a desire. So you can't say that there can't be any desire. Now, expectation is to be something else than what it is right now. That is an expectation. So, everyone, Sri M to Sarva Priyananda to Sadguru to anyone who are doing very good deeds to the society have desire to do it. They don't have expectation. They don't expect that they should have many people following them. Then there is no problem, because there is no inferno there. There is desire. Now, viparita, that is the desire going slightly ahead than the actual desire, that becomes related to kama, that is sensuality. This is what we are talking about, the five senses, how they turn itself. Like, I have a lamp. That lamp is not going to burn, meaning I have an oil lamp and that is looking very nice. It's so calm, so tender. That is the desire. Now the vasanas will come, it becomes an inferno. So the five priests having 5 lamps, I have now put that in a homakunda where they are burning it. So how does this burning happen is because of expectation which is coming out of the vasana. So that is what we are talking about. So doing something good to the society as an NGO or whatever with the expectation of name and fame is the fuel. But just doing for doing sake has no fuel. It will light up as a lamp. It will not do anything more than that. But rightly, like you said, if there is an expectation, even a subtlest of the expectation will create an inferno. So we need to have the distinction between what is desire and what is expectation. Apeksha and chanda. Sanskrit word for the desire is chanda. That turns itself into raga. Instead of nirapeksha, it becomes apeksha, expectation. So this becomes raga because there is apeksha. And if that apeksha doesn't work, that is, the expectation is not met, it becomes dvesha. So the same raga becomes dvesha because there is apeksha, it is moha. That I am expecting it to become something else. Like I take the dog and takes its tail and try to straighten it. I expect it to get straightened up. So no matter how much I try, it is not happening. So I get into anger because I believe deeply within my mind that I can change the tail to actually straighten the tail. That's what my belief is. Any questions, Padmashri?
No, nothing.
Okay, so what we are talking here is if somebody does something, he or she will be doing. So there is going to be desire. And that desire shouldn't turn itself into an inferno through apeksha. Any questions from the other two? I said it will take 1 hour. I think it took only half an hour.
I don't have questions.
Ah, very nice. Okay. How about you?
Yeah, so I think it is as you said, it is a kind of deep sloka. So I was just seeing. So each of those priests and each of them have different vasanas.
Right.
So that is something which I was not thinking in that aspect actually. So vasanas are there. So I was not thinking vasanas with respect to the sight, vasanas with respect to the sound. I was just thinking in overall kind of vasana. So that's actually an insight for me to ponder over.
Actually, there I had one question, Vilas. But these vasanas are not associated with the eyes or anything. It is still associated with the mind only, right? It's because eyes are just a physical aspect for the whole thing. If until unless the mind recognizes it, there is nothing which is vasana, because there are so many things which we see. And meaning it is like in sound, if you take in English, you're having two words, hear and listen. When you hear something, you just don't attach it to anything, then there is no vasana at all. But you attach it to something and then the vasana starts. Then your likes, dislikes, what you want, what you don't want, all those starts. So mind is, the vasana still reside in the mind, is what I feel. Meaning it is not the ears which have the vasanas, it is the impact of the sound on the mind which is the vasana. I'm just trying to understand, because all eyes, ears and nose might be like priests, but it is the sense which is having the vasana, not the physical organ itself.
No, there is no physical organ at all, Padmashri. The eyes and ears and nose and tongue and whatever we have as a body parts are not really sense at all. They are just a door of the sense. There is an inner eye.
The priests are the sight, sound, and so it's not the ear, skin, and eyes and all those things. So I'm just trying to understand the priests there, because like Lata said, for the first time even I have heard, meaning that kind of comparison for the first time, it was very novel for me. So I was trying to understand what it is. But still, I felt when you said eyes are the priests, ears are the priests, and I felt that it was the ears or the eyes or the nose are going to let anything inside, whether good, bad. They are not the ones who are evaluating anything. Only at the mind level, that whole thing evaluation happens.
No, Padmashri, then you have not understood the concept of Jnana Indriya. They already know what to do. So there is something called as Jnana Indriya. So there is karma.
But where does Jnana Indriya reside? Where does the Jnana Indriya reside?
Jnana Indriya resides next to the...
In the eyes, because then all of us, all the sights which we see should be deciphered. All the sound which we see, we should be deciphered. We don't decipher more than 90% of what we are hearing or seeing, or we don't even care for them.
We don't care because the mind is not there.
Right. Then that is where I am feeling that the Jnanendriya is, if the sights and all the indriyas by themselves knew it, everything that they are receiving will be deciphered.
Yes, it is.
The Jnanendriya, the whole of the Jnanendriya is associated with the mind.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that mind is Jnanendriya. I'm saying the Jnanendriya resides inside the mind.
No. Manas is also a Jnana Indriya. So in the 15th chapter,
yes,
when we...
but it is associated, all those are associated only with the mind, not with the physical body, is what I'm saying.
No, it has got no physical connection. It has no physical connection at all. Whatever we are talking, when I say I, it is the internal I. It is not the external I. When I said eye, ears, nose, tongue, all that, it is not internal.
Okay, I think we are talking the same thing. Only thing is, I'm saying that it is associated so much with the mind. You're saying that is a different part.
Yes.
It is not the physical eye, but it is another eye, you're saying.
Yes.
And that is what I'm also saying, that but Jnanendriya is residing in the is so close to the mind. I don't want to go with the semantics of whether it is inside the mind or outside the mind. I'm just saying that it is associated with the mind. If the mind was not there, the light of what the eye has seen would not have been known at all to the eye.
No, the thing is like this. Since the mind is deflected, it is not able to see, or it is not able to hear. So when we say Divya Chakshu or Divya Shrota, Divya Grana, Divya Jivha, what it means is that now the senses are so sharpened, it can hear, see everything from far and near. That is what Divya is all about. At present, it's not.
But no, I'm not. No, that is a different concept. Meaning, I'm not doubting that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if eyes were seeing everything, the eye sees everything, and if only when the mind recognizes, it is recognized. Otherwise, there is no way something that the eye has seen is being recognized.
Correct. The whole idea of doing this is to purify the mind, so that it can now see everything. It can hear everything, not what distortedly it is been doing.
Right. So finally, it is all about the mind and the priest. No, that is where I didn't understand the.
There are 5 priests, Padma Shri.
No, who are the priests? Who are the priests?
It says, no, 5 pancha indriyaihi panchabihi eva hotribihi. These 5 senses are 5 priests.
5 senses are the 5 priests.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No.
And that is what the shloka says. Now the problem with us right now, the 4 of us, is that we have never seen what the Indriya can do and Indriya cannot do. So the objective is to clear the Vasana so that it can see what Indriya can do and what Indriya cannot do. And that is the reason it is called as Jnana Indriya. It already knows what to do. It doesn't require mind to do something about it. Okay, because of the mind, the ghee is in the mind, so it starts burning. That's what it is. Because all these impressions are in the mind. They are not in the Indriyas. But very good question, Padma Shri. I don't know how far did I answer to you. So there is an internal eye, internal ear, internal nose, internal tongue, internal body, which is called as Manomaya Kaya. And these Indriyas have got nothing to do with Mana. They attach to Mana, but they themselves have nothing to do with it. They, irrespective of Manas or no Manas, it has the Jnana.
So all these are independent.
They are completely independent. They are completely independent.
Different systems.
Yeah. It is like
They are different systems, but what is the jnana that is there?
Jnana. Very good question. I really love it. What is the Jnana it has? It knows what is seeing. The mind doesn't know, but it knows what is seeing.
Okay. So that is meaning it is not distinguishing, it is just seeing.
Seeing, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. But then I think we are talking about the same thing, though I don't, meaning internal, external, yes, but then it is seeing. But then what is seeing for you? Unless the mind recognizes it.
No, the problem that again I have to answer the same way, Padma Shri. Seeing is a complete thing. It's a complete. There is no distortion in seeing. Now, when we say if mind doesn't get attached, there is no seeing, that is wrong. Still, it is seeing.
There is seeing, but then there is seeing. No, I do agree. So what I am saying, no, I think we are talking the same thing, but with a different way. But see, mind is already having a distortion, so it is going to whatever is collected is going to be seen in the way the mind wants to see it.
Correct. Absolutely.
So you have to cleanse the mind.
Yes.
But the point is, mind is still required. Otherwise, you could have simply said mind is not required for seeing at all, and still you can acknowledge or you can gain the knowledge of what you have seen.
Yes, it is true.
It is not possible because the mind is still required. Only thing is you have to clean that mirror. But the that mirror is required for you to see.
That is correct. What I'm saying
If you
is,
don't clean that mirror, but the difference that I'm saying is that when you push the mind out of the picture, what is seen by the Jnanendriya, though it is in its purest form, you cannot recognize it, is what I'm saying.
no, you can recognize it in deep meditation. You can recognize. There is a way out. So when the light falls on that, all the five senses shine. It is there. So it need not require mind as an agent. With mind it burns. Without mind it doesn't burn. A very good questions. Very nice. I really appreciate. Now, can the eye see without mind? Yes. Answer is yes. Can the ear hear without mind? Yes, it can. Then why I am not able to do that? Yeah, because of the mind. You remove the mind, it works. So the objective of doing this is to remove the mind. So Vivekachudamani teaches you how to remove the mind. And the vasana is in the mind. Vasana follows the mind and it get attached to the senses, so mind will start picking up whatever it wants from the sight, whatever it wants from the sound, whatever it wants from the taste, touch, smell. That means the sight is there, the eye is there, but there is no experiencer. The sound is there.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
the eye will see, the ear will hear, and all that. The tongue will taste, and the skin will feel the touch, everything. But for to recognize as this side or that side is where you need the mind.
Yes.
And that is where the way I recognize something will be totally different from the way Padmashree recognizes, because our mind and vasanas are different.
Exactly.
So, but then if the mind is not there, then you really see as is what that is.
Yes.
And that we are not able to.
Yes, that is what.
Right?
You cannot say mind is not there if the mind is not having associated with any of the vasanas, and we don't associate what we see with the vasanas that are there, then you see it as is. You still require the mind. It is a difference between a clean mirror and a dirty mirror.
Fine.
That's all. Meaning a dirty mirror is one with vasanas, a clean mirror is one without any vasanas, meaning without attaching the vasanas. Okay. You still require the mind to see what you are seeing. Until unless you see that, until unless the mind is associated, it will not be complete.
Good one. So after 238th verse, you will see where the mind is. So till that time you can keep the mirror. Absolutely no problem. So let's journey with mind. Then we will learn how to remove the mind. And see, hear, taste, touch, smell without the mind. Okay. Good one. So today Bhatt is silent. Yeah, Padmashree, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
No, I will have to drop off 5 minutes before because I have one call exactly at 9:30.
Okay, sure. We will ask.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, Vilas. I was listening carefully.
Okay.
Discussions are going on.
Okay, so to partially answer to Padmashree's question, instead of I answering it, Shankaracharya himself has answered it in 169th verse. Nahi asti avidya manasaha atrikta manaha hi avidya bhava bandha hetuhu tasmin vinashyate sakalam vinashatam vijrambate asmin sakalam vijrambate. Nahi asti avidya. There is no other ignorance. Manaso iti atariktaha, apart from the mind. If you say I have a mind, it means it is the biggest avidya anybody can have, ignorance a person can have. Manaha hi avidya bhava bandha hetuhu. The mind itself is ignorance, which is the cause of bondage of rebirth. Tasmin vinashate. When the mind is destroyed, sakalam vinashatam. Everything else is destroyed. Vijrambate asmin sakalam vijrambate. The mind comes back, manifest. Everything else manifest. So the objective here is to come out of the mind concept. So for cleansing also mind is required, for bondage also mind is required, but mind itself is a bondage. So we are going to come out of mind.
This sloka says don't
What are you cleansing?
use your mind, correct?
What
But
is
what
that?
are you cleansing?
Wait,
What are you
Pad.
cleansing?
Yeah, wait, Padmashri. One second. I will answer to you. Let me finish with but. Yeah, go ahead, but.
No, you can go ahead, Padmashri. After that, I'll ask.
No, it's fine.
That is going very
I
well.
think
Okay.
the answer
Okay.
he says
What you are trying to say here in this sloka, that if you use mind, all that problem starts. Vijrambate or finally nashta. Anything can happen.
Correct.
If you don't use your mind, then everything is fine. So our idea is to drop mind.
Correct.
So information what is received these Pachedriyas, it will be there, fine. But don't process it with raga or dvesha or with triguna.
Yes.
Don't process anything.
Correct.
That means what is the use of the mind? Why the mind is given? Yeah, you say it's because of karma. Karmanusara mind is there.
Yes.
So karmanusara mind is there, but you don't use it. That is what the spiritual journey, correct?
Yes. Yes. So Padmashri, your
Well,
question.
don't use my mind.
No, when 1 minute. The question, Padmashri, your question.
Go. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, Padmashri, your question. Then what is that you're cleaning mind? Why are you cleaning your mind? All that is in 172.
No, what are you cleansing?
The mind.
No, we'll go to 172 later because we are in 169. Because,
Yes.
This time, very clearly, I tried to hear the words of Sanskrit and tried to decipher the translation also.
Okay.
What I felt from that translation was that, see, the ignorance is there, residing in your mind. It is not outside your mind. It is the ignorance is there in the mind. It is
Correct.
embedded in the mind.
Correct.
And when the mind is thoroughly purified with whatever, I mean, with some kind of a discipline or a sadhana, which we always talk about, then the consciousness manifests itself. So
Correct.
you still require the mind for manifesting.
Yes.
So you have to clean the mind. What I am saying is, it's only when I said mirror and clean the mirror, no, I feel this is more answering my question that yes, you have to cleanse. If the mind is not there, then there is no question of cleansing at all.
Correct.
The
Absolutely.
mind is
agree.
not to be associated. We will say let the mind get disconnected alone. But why are we cleansing the mind? We have to cleanse the mind because the fact that we want the manifestation to happen in the mind, meaning manifestation of the consciousness and consciousness alone to happen in the mind.
Fine, Padmashri, that is correct. So there are two challenges we have. One, I am the body. If you can drop the body, then comes I am the mind. Now, to drop that mind, you should come out of the mind, which is even more difficult than coming out of the body. So your question is valid and your answer is also correct, that we have to cleanse the mind. It is like a mirror and light shines on that. That is a conceptual. It's correct. Otherwise, mind will get into lot of issues. So
No, it is not only conceptual way, Vilas. It is the way, because you cannot just like that disconnect with mind. First, you have to purify the mind and then allow the consciousness to manifest itself.
That is
because
correct.
it is not conscious, it is not meaning it is not conceptual. Even if you have to experience it, you have to first clear, meaning every site that you are getting into, you are associating it with some memory which is there in the mind. So as long as and when you are cleaning that memory or stopping that association, then your mind starts to become clean, and then we are having the consciousness manifesting itself. This is my understanding of that.
No, your understanding is correct. I am not
For a
disputing it.
change, I try to listen to the Sanskrit.
It's
write
correct.
that out.
See, that third line, Tasmin vinashate sakalam vinashatam, vijrambate asmin sakalam vijrambate. So, if you consider as consciousness, then there is no mind. If you consider yourself as a mind, then you require to have the cleaning. So he is trying to show you from both the sides. So now, first side is five senses. Now the question is, where does the five sense reside? It is, we can say, it's in the mind. So the problem gets solved, but it is not in the mind. Mind is one thing, senses are another thing. That itself is very difficult to grasp. Now this 169th verse. Mind itself is an ignorance. Manaha hi avidya bhava bandha hetuhu. Meaning, as long as I think that I am the mind, or I have this mind, then it is going to have a bhava bandha, that is bondage of rebirth. Okay, now the question comes, shouldn't we clean the mind? Yes, you have to clean the mind of its impressions. But there is no mind as such. Okay, now we have to agree there is a mind, so that there are no disturbance in the mind, and then we have to remove that itself. So it's like saying yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. First we have to agree there is a vritti. Then you can do something about that vritti. If we don't agree that there is a vritti and say that there is no need for a mind, then that is wrong. So what I am trying to say here in this shloka especially is that we have already covered all of that when we started on the Vivekachudamani about what is mind and what is body and all that. Now he has come into Manana. We are not in Shravana any longer. So we have to go back and reflect on what did we learn as mind in the Shravana, in the initial shlokas what we had, and see what mind can do and what mind cannot do. So he is talking about two states. One is, when it said destroyed, it is like when person goes to sleep, deep sleep, there is no mind. But when I say I am waking up, it's a mind which has woken up. You have not slept nor you have awakened. You remain the same as consciousness. Only the mind wakes up, mind goes to sleep. And that itself is an ignorance. To whom? To me, as consciousness. Yeah, Padmashri. I think you wanted to.
No, I thought I will tell you that I will drop now. And
Yeah. No worries. So we will take it up on 169 tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but you have question, or shall we do that tomorrow?
No, I just was trying to understand that shloka number 169, that mind is responsible for all this. Either raga, dvesha, or processing, or thinking, and everything. Thinking also happens in the mind, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't have to use the mind, there is no thinking.
Yes.
When not thinking means, we as a human being, without thinking, how we can lead the life? Spiritual life I'm talking about. For spiritual life also you need thinking.
No, then we are saying there are no thoughts, right?
Yeah, you are right. I have understood that part. No thought process, nothing but deep meditation and your samadhi. By birth you are not that. But after some time you are bringing it.
Correct.
You are bringing to that level.
Yes.
The moment you don't have any thinking, And if same thing happens to everyone, one fine day everybody will die.
The mind
Now
will
we want, for our survival as a spiritual person, we want that system. Everybody, we want. You have to do some cultivation, bringing food, and all that is required. If you don't have thinking, you are in samadhi only throughout.
Yes, that is the idea of
So my thinking is, you need to have mind for your need, satisfying need, not for wants. Can I say that way?
no.
You use mind. Your mind is needed, but only for that purpose. And then prarabdha, if you have mind only, you go through the prarabdha. If you don't have mind, then how you will go through that pain and all that? You are supposed to go through prarabdha.
The whole idea is to come out of all of that. No prarabdha, no sanchita, no agami, no past, no present, no future, nothing like that. Because all of that is mind.
Yes, Vilas, but to think that you need mind. That is also some planning, right? What is happening now? If you don't have mind at all, see, mind has come. You can't ask question for that because of our Purva Janma. It has come. Now mind is there. Now we don't use means. Then from where will I get food? I will die now without food.
No.
For food, I need mind.
No. So we will take it up. I don't mind continuing, but if the explanation is longer, so if you are okay, then I can.
Not today. We can do it in tomorrow's session. Today is already time.
Yeah, it's already.
Because that real clarification I wanted.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lata. Bye.
There are some other